Today I'm going to be A'ing all of your Qs. It's a Q&A. Let's go. Greetings, everyone! Hope you're doing well. My name is Nightshade. This is the Night Shift, a place where normally we collect all things spooky. But not today. No, not today, because today I'm going to be answering some of your questions. But before we do that, just wanted to take a minute and thank every single person that has subscribed to this channel. Last week we hit 1,000 subscribers, and that is just mind-blowing. It really just kind of blows my mind that that many people are interested in this channel, and I don't take it for granted. Like, genuinely from the bottom of my heart means the absolute world to me, and I just want to thank every single one of you for making that possible. Like, you guys are genuinely the best, and I mean that shit. But seriously guys, thank you. It does mean the absolute world to me. So as I stated in the intro, I'm going to be answering some of your questions. I made a post in my community tab asking you guys to ask me anything, and now I'm going to A all of your Qs. Up first we have the most random user who asks, what is your most favorite mask that you have right now? Let me grab it real quick. Alright, so that would definitely have to be my Red Angel 2. Well, this mask was definitely one of my holy grail pieces of all time, and I never thought that I would have one in my collection. But then I ended up getting a little bit extra money, and I reached out to Alex and was all like, hey, would you mind to make me one of these? And Alex said yes, so I got a blank, and then I painted it up and strapped it up and put all the wires and everything like that into the mask myself, and it has been one of my favorite masks ever since. Thank you for your question. Zach Nafi 695. I'm sorry if I butchered that, I do apologize. But anyways, they ask, I hear Gen 1 Ghostface masks were shrouded with black t-shirt cotton and not the polyester that we have now. Would you ever consider reshrouding masks? If so, which ones? But yes, that is true. The first gen and some of the second gen Ghostface masks were cotton shrouds. As far as reshrouding Ghostface masks, I have. But due to a lack of a sewing machine, I usually just send them off to people that I trust and have them reshrouded for me, so I don't have to do it by hand, because that is a pain in the ass. A real pain in the ass. And the only type of reshrouding that I have done to them is I want them to be accurate to how the Ghostface killers are in the movie, how production reshrouds their masks so that the tassels aren't like hanging down or anything like that. It's just a cotton sort of hood. And yeah, so that's usually the only reshrouding that I have done. The polyester shrouds aren't bad, they don't bother me. Up next we have my boy, Robert Ayala. 1 freaking K. Dude, no questions. I'm just happy and proud of you. Thank you. That really does mean a lot. I'll take a shout out on your next video though. Here you go. Seriously though, man, I'm super proud of you, and this is just the beginning. This is in fact just the beginning, as long as I don't die. And even if I die, I'm going to need one of you guys to dig up my corpse and resurrect me with some like zombie voodoo magic type shit, so that way we can continue to do creepy things. Seriously though, dude, it really does mean the world to me. Like I said at the beginning of the video, my mind is blown that we got 1,000 subscribers on this channel. I'm almost a real YouTuber. Up next we have KU, and they ask, how's the short film coming along? Is it anticlimactic or anything, watching a film you were involved with once finished and knowing all the behind the scenes that went into it? And where will we be able to watch it when done? So whenever I do film the short film, it will be on this channel, and I will make a big hullabaloo about, hey, I did this for the very first time, please go check it out. We've run into some technical difficulties, like I've got the mask, I've got the concept, I've got the locations picked out. I just need some better and more expensive lenses for this camera, ones that perform better in low light, because it's going to be a very dark lit movie. And to get the look that I want, it's going to cost a little bit more on the lens for the camera to do what I need it to do. But I promise you guys, I will get around to finishing that. It's just been a lot more difficult than I had originally anticipated it was going to be. Thank thank you for your question, and also thank you for all of your support. I see you in the comments all the time. Up next, we have Tegan Everett with, if you had to choose a discontinued mask to be brought back, what mask would it be? Probably an 83 Caesar. Something about the 86 Caesars in particular were just really good. Like, I have a couple of them in the collection, and like the Spirit of Halloween ones are okay, but like they're not big enough to the face. Like 86s were really good, but the 83s fit my face really well. If not that, then probably the old school Captain Kirk masks. That's the ones that Michael Myers mask is made out of, obviously. Having one of those in the collection and then having one converted to be a Michael Myers mask would be pretty sick. But yeah, those would be the two that I would pick to take out of retirement. And thank you for your question. Up next, we have The Boldly Dumb, and I love that name. That was awesome. Anyways, they ask, when did you discover your love for masks and spooky stuff? At a very early age. I got into horror probably way younger than I should have. Like, my mom likes scary movies like Nightmare on Elm Street and the Halloween franchise, and she rented Scream whenever it first came out to VHS, and I snuck in and watched it. And when I watched it, I knew that I wanted the Ghostface mask, and that year and the year after that, I ended up being Ghostface, and then I was Michael Myers, I think, after that. But yeah, I used to get in trouble, and my mom used to get calls because I would always draw like horror characters on like the backs of my homework and stuff like that. Like, I would draw Chucky and everything like that on my notebooks in school, and they thought that I was probably too young to be doing that. So I definitely have Scream and Halloween to thank for my obsession with masks, because those were the two masks that I wanted to have at a very early age, and I wanted to be those characters for Halloween. And it's fun to dress up and be spooky all the time. That's why I started this channel, and that's why I look the way I look. So up next, we have a Zero X Mask, and they ask, how did you get into low-key? Also, what are your favorite songs by them? So I don't know if I've told this story on the channel yet, but I do know that I've told a partial bit of the story. However, how I first discovered low-key was I was cruising around St. Louis whenever I used to live in St. Louis, and I had a friend in my car. He put in a burnt CD, and the very first track on that burnt CD was called Pump Pump. If you guys don't know, it is low-key rapping over the beat for Britney Spears' Toxic. And at first I was like driving and I heard the beat and I was like, what the fuck are we listening to, dude? And then my buddy is all like, just give it a chance, just give it a chance. And low-key comes in and spits some hot fire on that track, and I was like, oh shit.
Let the motion of your body be the key, cause we be the motherfucking 7 Seal family. Now I be the G in this deadly game. Low key is a name, 7 Seals the game.
Ended up checking out more of his music and genuinely became a fan. And later that year, we went to the Gathering, and then I saw that he was playing there, so I went to that stage and watched him and Mission Infect tear it up, and yeah, I've been a fan ever since. Favorite low-key songs? My very number one favorite song is The Deviltry. That song has a lot of atmosphere, and if you know anything about me, you know that I love when people can create a dark atmosphere out of anything, be it a song or a movie or anything like that. My number two favorite song would have to be Forsaken. There's a lot of lyrics that really stand out to me on that, and I feel like I can relate to very well. Let's Get Violent is also an amazing track. I really do love that song. The song Irate off of Solo is also a really good song. Spiderwebs with Crux One is also an amazing song. I mean, there's a lot of really good low-key songs. Honestly, don't hate any of them. So his entire discography is just dope, and that's not me being like a fucking, you know, dick writer or anything like that. He's just a really talented dude, and I enjoy almost all of his music. I don't think there's a single song out there that I don't like. And thank you very much for your question, and shouts out for making it a low-key question. Up next, we have Serial Thriller, which is an amazing name. Are you ever going to sell copies of your mask? This one, we've done a small run of this mask before, and I wasn't the biggest fan of like how long that whole thing took. Like, I genuinely love this mask, but it's not one that I own the molds to. Otherwise, I would have these all made up, and then I would do the run, and then, you know, ship all of my masks, you know, all at the same time. We already did a small run of these masks. We had the white ones and the orange ones, and I wasn't necessarily a fan of how that went down. I took the orders, then I gave them to my mask maker, and then a couple months went by and I finally got the masks delivered to me. Then I strapped and meshed the eyes and sent them out to everybody's. And that whole process took like 2 or 3 months, and I just wasn't a fan of how long that took. I would like to do one more run of these masks before I retire them and move on to the V2. Up next, we have Too Toasty, and they ask, what was your first horror movie you ever watched? And what's your favorite scary movie to this day, new and original? So I do believe the very first horror movie that I ever watched from front to back was Scream. However, the first scary movie that I had ever seen a clip from that scared the shit out of me because I was just a very little kid was Child's Play 2. Like, I don't remember who, but somebody was watching that movie, and I remember it's the scene where Chucky's like walking towards the camera and he's got like a ruler or a yardstick. And it scared the shit out of me because I had this doll that's called the My Buddy doll, and they look super similar, and it freaked me the fuck out. And that was thrown into the closet, and I never brought it out again. And then a year or two later, I watched Scream front to back, and I really liked that movie. And the second part of that question is, what's your favorite scary movie to this day? That would have to be Halloween, the original John Carpenter's Halloween. It is my all-time favorite scary movie. Because I watched it in the fall, and just the idea that Michael Myers could be lurking anywhere, like anywhere, and you just don't know that he's there. Just the idea that Michael Myers could be anywhere at any given time, that scared the living shit out of me as a kid. And then once you learn all the behind the scenes stuff and learn all the cool facts of how it was made, it's just something that I really respect, the way that they did everything, like how like on a tight budget they were, but everything was spent perfectly, and it is, in my opinion, the perfect slasher movie to me. Thank you so very much for your question. Up next, we have Trevor Wendler, and they ask, if you could rid the world of just one thing, what would that be? Absolute stupidity. Like, have you ever met somebody that is like, you know, over 20, like maybe in their 20s, mid-20s, late 20s, and you're just like, how are you this dumb and have survived this long? How does that make any sense? There's genuinely people that I've met that are so fucking stupid that I question how they've even survived this long. Blows my mind. Up next, we have more of a comment. This is SideFox325. Keep doing great work. I'm definitely gonna try. Hopefully this is good. Up next, we have Primitive Leather Works. Did you sculpt your mask, or is it by another artist? This is actually by another artist. I wish I sculpted this one because this is really awesome. But he had a website that is no more, unfortunately, and I saw these masks and reached out to him personally and was all like, hey, let me get some of those. Do you mind if I use this for my YouTube channel as my YouTube persona? So I ordered 2 copies of this mask, a white one and the orange one, and I asked him personally, I reached out and emailed him if he minded if I used this for YouTube. He said he didn't mind at all, and then I got a couple more copies that I turned into different masks. We've got this one, and we've got the Michelle Morgor one. I don't know why I went into a long spiel, but the simple answer is I didn't sculpt this one, but I did. I have sculpted something that you guys are going to be seeing soon, so keep your eyes peeled for that. And thanks for your question. I'm sorry I made the answer longer than it needed to be. Up next we have, what's your favorite mask in your collection? It's the Red Angel. Did I answer that already? Hold on a second. Yeah, most random user asked, what's your favorite mask? Okay, yeah. So yeah, we already answered that, and that is the Red Angel 2 mask that I have, but you're still going to be in the video, even though, yeah. Sorry about that. Up next, we have XXCianax6. Next, we have XXC Sienna XX, and they ask, is there a website or link to get a replica robe and mask of Ghostface Scream 6? I'd appreciate it. Fun World has the officially licensed Ghostface masks for Scream 6 if you want the Billy mask. If you want a Stu or a Nancy Loomis mask, you'll have to make those yourself, unfortunately. However, on eBay there are really good replicators and rehaulers that make those, so maybe check eBay out for the Scream 6 mask. As far as the robe, I would highly recommend Workbench Designs, Scream robes, and there's a seller up on Etsy. I forget their name at the moment right now, but I will I'll link it in the description below. All right, and thank you so much for your question. All right, so up next we have Monica Martinez, and they ask, what's a horror movie crossover you want in Dead by Daylight? Honestly, I would love to see Candyman in Dead by Daylight. I think that they could do a lot of really cool things with that character. I think it'd be cool if like he could project and throw like bees at you, and then whenever he's up close he can swat you with the hook. And then another mechanic I would add is I would have mirrors randomly throughout the map and have him be able to teleport from one side of the map to the other. However, I think that aspect should also have like a cooldown so he's not just mowing you down, but I think the Candyman would be a perfect character for Dead by Daylight. We have Scream Geek, and the question that they asked is, what is the best place to buy Ghostface masks from? I'm asking for my videos. LOL. Sorry about that, but to answer your question, I would say the best place to... My light died. But to answer your question, the best place that I have found for Ghostface masks would have to be eBay, especially if you know the mask type that you're looking for. So if you're looking for like a Gen 2, you can probably find those on eBay. Gen 1, good luck. However, modern stock you can get from like Spirit Halloween, Nightmare Toys, I believe, madabout.horror.co.uk. There's a lot of really good reputable spaces for like new stock that's not from the movies and stuff like that. So I genuinely hope that answers your question, and I hope that helps you out. Just know that the older Ghostface masks are not cheap at all. It's kind of ridiculous. And also, good luck on your channel. It is a very fun grind here on YouTube, but it is in fact a grind. Seriously though, I do wish you all the best, and if anybody wants to go check out Scream Geek and subscribe to their channel and maybe help them out, I would greatly appreciate it, and I'm sure they would too. And up next we have Tony Briones, who asks, who sculpted your mask? And that's Brian Lashchuk. So I can't pronounce his last name. It's spelled like this. And you guys are going to be hearing a lot more of the name Tony Briones because he is a phenomenal artist, and we're going to be working together very soon on a project. Next we have Fornorath. I hope I'm saying one of these. I hope one of these is the right way of saying it correctly. But they ask, when are you doing a face reveal? I don't intend on doing that anytime soon. Maybe if I'm ever going to like retire on YouTube or just not do anything on YouTube, or if I'm going to die or something like that, then maybe I'll do a face reveal. But until such time comes, I don't intend on revealing my face. However, thank you for your question. I do appreciate it. And up next we have Hack and Slash Studios, and they ask, what your favorite horror movie top 5? I do actually have one on the channel right now, I do believe. Hold on a second, let me make sure I didn't take that down. Oh yeah, it's still up there, and I need to update it because my opinions have since changed on a certain few movies, but I will do a video about it in the future. So I'll give you a shout out as well in that video. So just remind me. And the final question of the video is from Nephilim 666. And they simply ask, Slipknot? And to be honest, I have no idea like what you're asking here. Do I like Slipknot? Yes, I do. Do I collect Slipknot? Yeah, sometimes. Will I be doing videos on Slipknot masks in the future? And unfortunately, the answer is no. Whenever I started this channel, I had the intention of doing horror-related things and just horror masks and original masks as well, but I never had the intention to do any type of Slipknot mask on here. There are plenty of great channels that do Slipknot masks and everything like that, and the House of Masks is like the best well-known channel that does really good, really cool Slipknot mask unboxings. Heretic Gaze or Hectic Gaze, I don't remember the name of the channel specifically, but they do some really good like tutorials, sort of like painting and making Slipknot masks, and so does I Am the Nico. There's a lot of talented people in the Slipknot market, and I don't think that I could add to it. And I'm also not really interested in doing Slipknot stuff because I do love Slipknot. Like, there are certain Slipknot masks that I will never buy. I will never spend money on because I just don't like them. They're not for me. It's not my kind of thing. I'm also a completionist. I like to buy things, have a set of something, and then finish out my set, but it's hard to do a set of masks whenever you know you're not going to buy a mask because you don't like that mask. I hope one of those answers your question, and if I didn't, I apologize. Try to be more specific next time. But thank you for your question anyway, and thank you guys for watching the video. If you made it this far, I greatly appreciate it. We have a lot more really cool things in the coming months. I've got plans upon plans upon plans for this channel and doing more and more videos and getting more content out there, but can't really say a whole lot just yet. It's kind of like the horror short film where I announced that I want to do that, and then I've hit issue after issue, roadblock after roadblock, so I don't want to announce anything yet for the future of this channel, but just know I've got a lot of things in my head and a lot of ideas in the works and a lot more horror-based stuff coming soon. But yeah, that's just gonna about do it for me. If you liked the video, let me know by leaving me a like. Comment down below what you want to see on the channel next. I will do my best to accommodate. And until next time, my name is Nightshade. This has been The Night Shift, and I will see you in the next video. Stay spooky, my friends.